My father was this figure, Bim. Bim and Bam, they were two Jamaican entertainers, playwright. In fact, they were the most famous. They used to write plays, Guncoat Affair, Hobia Wedding, things like that. They came to England, and whilst in England, this LPF, some of their jokes, was produced. They've done many plays and many LPs, but this is the main one that's done in England. On his Christmas morning show, the people like Bob Marley used to play on the show.
Bars I talk, cricket I talk.
You make your ball the beer and so what did you keep on it?
So is this your special object?
Yes, it is my special object. And I brought it in because I've had it since I was a very young age. I think when I was a toddler, around 2 or 1 years old. I usually have it by my bed when I sleep, and sometimes it helps me sleep and reminds me of the past and things that have happened.
All my life, I was a chef and hotel manager. I traveled many countries. I've worked in 32 countries around the world. This year, it's 50 years old, this knife. Still works, still very sharp. It's the first knife I ever bought. It's done me a lot of service. I've catered for royalty. I've catered for people who are movie stars. I was responsible for the 5-star Hilton in Amsterdam, Zurich, and Berlin.
Hello everyone, today I brought in an object that my friend gave me when he was in Sri Lanka 5 years ago. It means a lot to me because it shows me that we both still care about our friendship and we want to keep it going. And every time we go on holiday we have this kind of thing where we get presents for people that are close to us and that mean a lot to us, so we can let them know that we still care about them.
This is my poem book. I used to write poems in this from when I was about 8 years old. And it's quite personal. It's just stories about like me and my life. And because I moved, it was about like meeting new people and having different friends and stuff like that.
So this is my 70th birthday photograph. It means a lot for me because my children has done something remarkable in my life that very day. So for having me like this, can I open it? I'm from Nigeria. I'm now British. I think I came to this country in 1964. To reach that age, you must thank God for somebody, for first thing in your life to reach that age. So you have to praise God.
I brought my St John's Ambulance Cadet roll bar, which shows that I'm a cadet first aider. It makes me feel more confident because I know that I could do something else that most people won't be able to do. It makes me feel like I could save someone's life.
How do you think your life has changed from when you were younger?
What you used to do when you was young, today you can't do it. Sometimes I want to put my shoe on and it's trouble to tie my shoelace. When you're young, you don't think of this thing.
You get all complications. Tomorrow having pain here, the next day pain there. That is all getting older.
Sometimes I have to go to the hospital to get my toenail cut. I can't do it myself.
When I was young, I should rather do a lot of education, which I refused. When I came to this country, I was a midwife back home. But when I came here and they said I wanted to continue with that, they said when you are from a third world country and you do midwifery, they don't recognize you. So they want me to do everything all over again. But I didn't like to do it. But I've regretted of not doing it. Yeah.
When my dad was alive, he wouldn't let my mother work at all. But when he died, she started teaching, took up a job, and that's how she gave us our education. She brought us up all by herself, and there were only three of us. And towards the end, as it came, my mother she died. Then I had a sister who was about 2 years younger than me. She took over the mother's job, whatever the mother had to do, she did. And she did it right to the end, and that's why we missed her, because she, unfortunately, she was found in the sleep last Friday. That was the end of the second mother.
Thank you for sharing that.
One day I was called that my mother died. It's back in Nigeria. When I traveled to Nigeria, we hide money. I bought one our native dress for her during the Christmas period, and he keep the money he have inside that inside that clothes, and he hide it. Nobody know where the thing is. I just slept and I dreamed that I should go to so place and go and look for the clothes. That when I went there, he said when I should not allow anybody to go inside his room with me, which I went alone. We opened the door and I saw the clothes. He put 250,000 naira inside that clothes for me. He said I should not tell anybody in that dream. But when I went there, I find the clothes with that money.
Whoa.
I had that money when I lost my arm in the factory.
You lost your arm? Is that how you lost your arm?
Yeah, while you was working.
I never knew until...
Well, you didn't, you got a shot.
I didn't know it was there, but a few seconds later, there you are. I looked down, oh my God, look. Really, I never felt it. I never felt a thing, it was just... But I've just, what happened afterwards, I accepted everything. Not saying I feel sorry for myself, but when something like that happens, you can't feel sorry because you get worse and worse. Just accept it, what happened. For what I done, I said, well, it's been done, I'm getting on with my life. I am not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to go out there. I mean, it took 6 months for me to play football again.
I'm looking forward to my coffee. Oh, look at that tree, isn't it amazing? Well, it's a lovely old graveyard. I love it. Even the peace, you get a lovely peaceful atmosphere in here. But I came in here, actually my intention was to volunteer and take down data from all the graveyard stones and took photos of them and put them on a database, all the information on a database, I thought would be very useful for local people. So you can get a story from the graves. It's an amazing place. You get the story. It sort of gives you an idea of what life was like around that time.
Don't get a job that become pawn for the other man. Don't be a nodding donkey.
So you want him to do have his own business, run his own career, not work for someone else.
Exactly.
You know, you just give everything you've got. That's all you can do. You know, just do what if you're not harming anyone else, do the thing what you want to do and you'll be okay.
Positive. You have a goal in your mind, go for it. Because you're your own mind, right? You go, you know, should never sway and, how would you say, let somebody else tell you what to do.
It comes from you. If you've got a clear mind, then your body will be all right. I know nobody can't do nothing for me anymore. If I did, I'd be out there on a bus.
There's an old Negro and his name was Bill, and he lived long ago. He hadn't any wool on top of his head, and the place where the wool ought to grow. Lay down his shovel at the old oak tree.